Hey there, it's Robin, and you're listening to Healthy Habits for a Healthier Home. I'm here to help you create a healthier life, one simple shift at a time. If you're a mama ready to ditch toxins, clean up your family's nutrition, and build daily habits that support your well-being, you're definitely in the right place. Each episode is packed not only with education, but practical tips and tools to help you transform your health and your home without that feeling of overwhelm. So let's take this journey together to create a thriving, low-tox home for you and your family. If you're ready, say, I am ready. Now let's get into this episode. Hey y'all, welcome back to a brand new season. It feels so good to be back with you guys again. If you're new to this podcast, welcome, and I'm excited to get to know you. And if you are a previous listener, thank you so much for coming back week after week and grabbing those 1% shifts to help you on your wellness journey. I truly hope that it is making a difference. All right, so where have I been? Well, over the last year, I found myself stepping into something totally new, which was food advocacy at the state level. And I honestly didn't even know what I was kind of walking into. I just knew in my heart that it was something that I needed to do and something that I felt like could truly help to protect our kids and our families and our future generations. And that is kind of the lens that I went in with. And wow, some of you may or may not know, but it was a complete eye opener. For me. I quickly realized not everybody at the table was fighting for the same thing. I actually went in trusting, assuming the best in people. And I'll be honest, it was really, really hard to see how much of it really comes down to money and politics instead of people's well-being. That realization really did break my heart a little bit. It challenged me, it triggered me, it stretched me in ways I did not expect. But I also learned that there's some fabulous people out there that are really working hard, doing good. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. The people who are out here doing good for you, doing good for our children, and doing good for our health and wellness for future generations. After my last trip, which I did a small podcast on, so if you didn't listen to that, you can go back. I came home and I felt exhausted. I felt extremely frustrated that it's not as simple as do what's best for our kids. And my body was pretty loud about it. So I felt my energy shift. I felt like I was having a health dip. That's what I call it when I just don't feel my best. And I just knew that it was time to take a pause. And again, if you've been with me for a while, you know, pausing is part of wellness. It's not a weakness. It's actually a great tool to help you reset. And so that's exactly what I did. I took a step back, and I did that for several reasons to help me get grounded again, to help me refocus, and to help me realign what I'm really doing here. And honestly, this break and reflection time has brought me back to why I started this podcast and my business in the first place. And that is for you. I decided to do this because I want to teach more people to be confident, to be curious, and be empowered to be your own best health advocate. Because when we understand what's in our food, what's in our personal care products, and in our environment, we take our power back, not just for ourselves, but for our families too. And I think that's super exciting. And I'm thrilled to be here to help you to start becoming your best advocate. This season, I'm leaning into curiosity and courage, and I encourage you to do the same because there's a lot of noise out there. We all feel it at different times, and sometimes even division around things that really should unite us. I think that the health of our children and future generations is something that should unite us together. We should all be standing for the same purpose, which is to help our children thrive. With chronic disease on the rise, this is an area where we need to work. And so as a family, as a state, as, human beings, we need to unite together so that we can provide this for our kids. But here's truly what I believe. I really believe that when we stay grounded, when we stay open, when we turn the noise off, because guys, we were not ever made to ingest so much information in a day. It's just not the way that our bodies were created. And if we keep asking questions, becoming curious, we are going to become part of the solution. And that is so exciting for me. And I hope you're just as excited too, because it is possible. And that's what I want everybody to know when they leave today, that the things that we're going to talk about through this season are going to help to make the possibilities of becoming a solution reality. You might be asking, well, what can I do to be part of the solution? I mean, I'm just a little old person over here. I'm busy being a mom. I have 3 kids. I have 2 kids. I have a kid. I don't have to, I work full time. What is it that I could possibly do to be part of the solution? And I'm pretty sure that if you've been listening to this podcast long enough, you know what I'm going to say. And that is, we have to become an ingredient detective, because when we understand what you're putting in and on your body, then we can do something different. That is a core foundation of bettering your health. It's just that simple. When we know better, we do better. So why do ingredients matter so much? Again, if you've listened to this podcast, you've heard me talk about ingredients a lot. But what we eat, what we breathe, what we use in our homes impacts us. It impacts our hormones. It impacts our energy, our mood, and even our children's long-term health. So we have to be thinking about those things. But the most beautiful part that I have come to understand, that I want to share with you guys, is that we have more power than we think. With every purchase, with every swap, with every mindful choice, it's a vote for a healthier world. When we stand up for what we believe, when we start to become ingredient detectives and not purchase from these companies, we influence them. So if we are not purchasing from them, they will begin to change, because they won't have a choice, because we won't be purchasing the products anymore. So again, we have to lean into what we can do in order to get these companies to change. And there are many companies, I will say, again, very exciting time, that are kind of coming to the conclusion that they're going to have to make some of these shifts. They are going to have to ditch dyes. They are going to have to take out some of the other high offender ingredients that are in a lot of the ultra processed foods, because different states have created different bills and laws. And so in order to, make it easier for the company, they're going to have to kind of do it across the board. But many companies on their own have stepped up and committed to doing this, which is super exciting. And I can't wait to see our health start to transform through those changes. All right, so let's get a little bit curious. This week and every week going forward, every time you go to purchase something, every time you think about something, I just want you to ask yourself 3 simple questions. What's really in this product? Not what the front of the box says, but what's on the back? What's in the ingredient list? Do I understand each ingredient? If not, take a minute to look it up. See, is it something that's going to fuel your body, or is it something that's going to break your health down? The second thing is, how might this food or the cleaner that you use or the lotion or personal care products that you use, how is it going to affect my hormones or my children's health in general? Because all of these things not only affect us, they also affect our children, and our children are more vulnerable. And the third question from the curiosity lens is this company aligned with my values? So as you begin to learn things, you start to see things for face value. And the question is, are they aligned with my values, or are they just marketing to me? And let me tell you, everybody gets duped, because the marketing on the front of the box is so good. It's so appealing. It happens to me too. It just happens because you get in the zone of just scanning the front of the box. It looks good. And then you take it home. And then I have the moment of where, shoot, I forgot to check the ingredients. I look at the ingredients and I'm like, so annoyed. So to try to save that for yourself, get in the habit of flipping every box over and looking at the true ingredients that are in it, because that's what's going to tell the true story. All right. So those are the 3 questions this week to get curious. And then the 3 things that I would love for you guys to take away this week and even start today is, number 1, making a commitment to read 1 new label a week. This could be your favorite snack. It could be your go-to cleaner. It could be a product that you use daily. Most women are exposed to 256 plus chemicals before they even leave the house in the morning to take their kids to school or go to work. You think about everything you do. You wash your hair, you condition your hair, put your makeup on, put lotion on. You're packing the kids' food, you're cleaning the counters, starting a load of laundry, touching the detergent. So all of these things, you're coming in contact with roughly 256 plus different chemicals that are in those things. That's a lot of chemicals before you even step out the door. So reading that label, okay, is important. Learning what's in that product is important. And then the second thing is to swap one thing. I'm not asking you to go in and overhaul your entire bathroom or your laundry detergents or all your cleaning products. I'm asking you to pick one thing. And I would say pick the thing you use the most. Because if you're exposing yourself to that day in and day out every single day, the toxic burden on your body is going to be that much more. If you don't know what some of these good swaps are, you can use the apps. There's Think Dirty, there's Clearia, there's the Bobby approved app, there's the EWG. And then in the show notes, you guys can grab my free non-toxic guide. It's really helpful because it gives swaps for almost every different area in your home, but it also explains the different chemicals and what they will do to your body or what they could do to your body. And the third thing for the week is I just want you to share what you learn, because when we speak up, when we share with others, others start paying attention too. I can't tell you how many times I met a mom who told me something and taught me something that I was so grateful for. And so I think a lot of times we don't speak up because we're super busy or we don't think that they're going to care or whatever your reasoning is. But I promise you that speaking up and coming before somebody and giving someone else information is just going to take away from their overwhelm. And somebody will do that for you in turn. So remember, sharing is caring. It's been a lifelong thing since I was a teacher. All right, so as we move into this new season together, I want you to remember the 1% shifts we talk about. The small, curious steps are what is going to lead us to the bigger change. And ultimately, that's a lifestyle change. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Just start with awareness. Start with some curiosity. Start with questioning. Start with investigating. And love yourself and love your family enough to take 5 minutes to look at something and then try to make a swap that's healthier. You do have the power to create a healthier home, one small, mindful choice at a time. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I'm still changing. I'm still evolving, but my house is a lot healthier than it was 20 years ago. If this episode spoke to you, if you're interested in being curious, asking the questions, doing the work, and you think that there's another mama out there that's on the same path, please share this episode with them. If you haven't done so already, I would love for you to subscribe to the podcast. You can rate and review it. I would love to hear what you think of this episode. And as we continue to move through this season, we have some incredible guests and some heart-centered conversations that I think you guys are really going to find invaluable. And I can't wait to bring those interviews to you. Until next time, keep asking those questions. Keep learning. Keep choosing health for you and your family. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. So glad to be back, and I will talk to y'all soon. That episode had so many great takeaways. I hope you feel inspired and more empowered to make small 1% shifts on your wellness journey this week. I'd love to hear what resonated with you. If you want to leave a review, share your thoughts, and let me know how you're going to be implementing these 1% shifts into your life. And don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with another mama who could use a little wellness love. Want to stay connected? Join me on Instagram and Facebook at Live Life Balanced with Robin. Check out my website at livelifebalancedwithrobin.com for more resources and grab yourself some freebies while you're there. Until next time, I hope you find peace, love, and light by breathing, being present, and allowing for all possibilities to come your way. See y'all next week. Love to y'all.